Asuka's transformation is coming. Are you ready for it? Bianca Belair versus Alexa Bliss for the Raw Women's Championship is set, but is Alexa's Fiend Era coming back? Ronda Rousey pays homage to Liv Morgan. Will it be Kiera or Red Velvet who will be dethroning Jade Cargill? And who could be Saraya's mystery partner? Welcome everyone to Ring the Bell. This is DS and this is Women's Wrestling Weekly. Before jumping onto Raw, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and if you haven't yet cast your vote for our end of the year awards, go vote now. Alright, let's jump to WWE Raw. So we kick off Raw with Alexa Bliss versus Bayley for the Raw Women's Championship #1 contender spot. So Bayley arrives with Iyo Sky and Dakota Kai, but Becky Lynch ambushes Damage Control and chases Iyo and Dakota out of the arena. This match was really fun. It wasn't like the prettiest match, but there definitely were really fun spots. The jumping head scissors from Bliss looked really scary. Bayley kicking out of Bliss's DDT and Alexa kicking out of Bayley's belly to belly was really cool, and I guess this is a week of turnbuckle covers. Following Athena and Isla Dawn, Bayley takes off the cover to cheat, but Bianca Belair stops Bayley, and the shenanigans backfires onto Bayley as Alexa Bliss drop kicks her into the exposed turnbuckle. Well, we'll just pretend like it did, and hits Twisted Bliss to pick up the win from Bayley. Post-match, Bianca celebrates with Alexa Bliss, but as they hug, Titantron glitches to Fiend sign, and Alexa Bliss puts Bianca in Sister Abigail position, but quickly breaks out of the trance state and leaves the ring and Bianca all confused. I am loving these Fiend teases. Granted, I didn't love Alexa's Fiend Era and her matches with Eva Marie, Charlotte, or, oh god, Randy Orton, and I do much prefer Goddess Alexa, but I think it adds a fun ripple to this feud and may pose a more interesting threat to Bianca Belair, who seems right now pretty invincible. Either way, I think the right person won, and I've been clamoring for this Alexa Bliss versus Bianca Belair match for a while, ever since they first clashed into each other at Rumble years ago, so I'm so excited for this match. I'm very satisfied. We then see Candice LeRae versus Iyo Sky, and after delivering a classic with Dakota a couple weeks ago, Candice is at it again with the NXT arch nemesis Iyo Sky. The expectation, I gotta say, is very high, because these two have delivered some of the greatest women's matches we've seen in WWE, and that's not exaggerating. This was a rather short and sweet encounter, but you can tell that they're so comfortable with each other. Iyo has never looked better on main roster. I love the back and forth they started the match, and it gagged so hard for the beautiful top rope dropkick and smooth outside flip powerbomb attempt, followed by Candice's Poison Rana. And at the end, Iyo evaded the wild ride and hits Candice with the over the moonsault for the pinfall victory. This was cute. Obviously, they only showed a taste of what they're capable of, but I'm here for it, and I'm very satisfied. Now that Damage Control versus Candice LeRae is continuing, I wonder if Indy Hartwell from NXT or even Nikki Cross that keeps stalking Candice for some reason will be joining forces with her to help battle against Damage Control. Or, I guess there's also Becky Lynch, right? And then we got another match on Raw, and this caught me off guard with how good it was. It was Asuka versus Rhea Ripley, and Asuka arrives at Raw without the usual paint, and she's dead serious and also beautiful. And this match brought back the thrills I felt when I first saw her arrive in NXT, the sheer threat that she's posing, and she brought that back in this match against Rhea Ripley. Those merciless kicks to Rhea was everything, and Rhea definitely matched that energy too. I love when she grabbed Asuka by her throat, stopping her from the armbar takedown that was low-key hot. And when Dominic interferes and breaks the Asuka lock at the end, Asuka hits him with the blue mist. And using this distraction, Rhea hits the Riptide to pick up the win from Asuka, leaving her all sad in the ring. Transformation to Kana, the heel Asuka is coming, and she's totally teasing it on Twitter. I'm so here for it. And as much as I love dancing, singing, charismatic Asuka for the last 3-4 years, I've always missed the undefeated Empress of NXT, so I'm excited to see what she'll bring back. And the best thing that happened after this match was Dominic crying, calling Rhea mommy in the doctor's room. You just have to see it for yourself. Mommy, it burned! Banger of a match, I'm so satisfied. Also, another interesting nugget of news is that Kylie Rae worked WWE main event match against Dana Brooke with the new name Brianna Ray. This NXT was a go-home show for Deadline. We saw Isla Dawn versus Dia Hale, where we saw Isla defeat Dia with her sit-down reverse DDT finisher, and this is where we see her miss the referee as Alba Fire charged at her. This is the same referee that got poisoned during the Deadline match, so I want to know what the whole story is. Like, what is Isla Dawn's witchery power set? I want to know. I was very satisfied. And then we saw a triple threat match for the last spot of the Women's Iron Survivor Challenge, where Indy Hartwell defeated Wendy Chu and Fallon Henry. This was a really fun match between the three. We already know that Indy and Wendy are solid worker, but what surprised me was how much Fallon Henry improved. That was really great to see. Very satisfied. Also, I want to bring up Sol Ruka here because she debuted her new cutter finisher during NXT Level Up, and it's all over social media. I really like it. We still don't know much about her other than she's a happy-go-lucky beach girl, so let's get her some some good storyline on NXT right now. On AEW Dynamite, we saw a trios match, Kiera Hogan and Madison Rayne and Sky Blue versus Jade Cargill and the baddies, Layla Gray and Red Velvet. Hats off to the baddies' entrance, the coordinated hair flip with the fans were just everything I needed. Slay me, mama! We then see Kiera Hogan, who was recently kicked out of the baddies, ditch her blue hair for a new look. I was very impressed with the returning Red Velvet here. She was so fun to see in the ring as usual, but with added spiciness. She seems more vicious than ever. My favorite part was when she put Sky Blue under the ring skirt and stepped on top of her to get back in the ring. Like, that's a bad bitch behavior. And by the end, we finally get the hot tech to Kiera Hogan where she gets back at the baddies and Jade for kicking her out, except Jade is undefeated, so she can't lose. So as Kiera escapes from Jaded, she tags Madison in where the veteran takes the pin, losing to Cargill. I did really enjoy the match, but I do wish I was able to see a lot more focus on Kiera Hogan and baddie situation. This is their first interaction since she got kicked out, and if I'm being really greedy, I wanted to see some backstage segment of her like, I don't know, like upset, begging to come back, or be humiliated by Jade Cargill, something juicy storyline wise. I feel like getting thrown into this tag match where she's paired up with this random partners and Jade cannot be defeated was a major missed opportunity for this whole situation. Also, Madison and Sky Blue were just there. Madison Rayne, the multi-time Knockouts champion, just here to take the pin. I'll say this match was meh.
Good. Not bad.
By the way, maybe Kiera versus Jade is not the direction we're going with, because did you see Red's face at the end? Maybe there's something brewing there. Maybe even a Red and Kiera alliance. Let's be honest, things could be really juicy here. AEW, just write a good storyline, please. And then AEW Women's Champion Jamie Hayter does a sit-down interview with Tony Schiavone. She says she will be facing the winner of the match on Rampage between Hikaru Shida and the Bunny. So content-wise, it wasn't much, but damn, she's a really, really good promo. And I gotta say, I had no idea because it was always Britt that was talking. The way Jamie spoke and the charisma she was just oozing out in this interview was everything I needed. We then see Saraya interview backstage where Britt Baker interrupts. Britt then challenges Saraya for a tag match on January 11th, Dynamite, when she will be teaming up with the champion Jamie Hayter, and Saraya will be bringing a mystery partner. The speculation is rampant right now, all the way from the reunion of Paige and AJ. Actually, that was more of my fancy booking. To Saraya bringing in Sasha Banks to AEW, there's also some suspicious movements from Alicia Fox's Instagram, and of course, former champion Thunder Rosa or Toni Storm could be making their return too, so who do you want to see? Impact Wrestling time, we see Knockouts Tag Champion Taya Valkyrie versus Savannah Evans, accompanied by Tasha Steelz. So last week, Tasha and Savannah had this whole argument on whom to blame for the Tag Team Championship match loss, and Savannah was here to prove that she's not the weak link in the team. This was a pretty straightforward 7-minute match. Taya's always really interesting to see in the ring. I like when she hits her head to get the crowd to clap. And at the end, Savannah escapes modified STF by grabbing Taya's hair and catches Valkyrie with the full Nelson suplex for a surprise 3-count win. I'm really glad that Savannah won here. She was the monster heel, the menacing problem solver muscle for Tasha Steelz, but that could have fizzled out as she suffered multiple losses, notably with Killer Kelly, so I wish she could be built up again. Really, Impact needs more credible teams on their tag division after losing so many teams over the year like Inspiration and Influence, so hopefully this doesn't mean that we're splitting Tasha and Savannah but solidifying them as a team. I'm very satisfied. On AEW Rampage, we see Regina D-Wave Championship match between the Bunny and the champion Hikaru Shida. This was a heated 8-minute match. Bunny and Penelope Ford were a delicious heel duo, and I love that they were serving face throughout the match. All the faces Bunny makes here made her look truly troubled. At the end, we see Ford interrupt the count by tossing a kendo stick into the ring. Shida then snaps and runs after Ford with it, and this whole chase ends with Bunny accidentally kicking Ford, and Shida lands Meteor on Bunny and connects it with the Falcon Arrow, retaining the title. Post-match, AEW Women's Champion Jamie Hayter comes out to greet the new #1 contender. I like this match a lot. I'm very satisfied, and I think Shida's a good first challenger, a credible one, for Jamie as she slowly builds the friction with Britt Baker. WWE SmackDown time, we got a tag team match. Liv Morgan and newly bagged Tegan Nox versus SmackDown Women's Champion Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. Before this match, we learned that Shotzi was found with a broken hand in the parking lot. We don't know if it's Ronda and Shayna for sure, but the track record from Natalia's broken nose and Raquel's arm led everyone to believe that it's them. But you never know, this is the same situation we had in NXT 2.0 where it turned out it was actually Cora Jade who attacked Roxanne, not Toxic Attraction. By the way, Ronda and Shayna are so annoying as a heel team, especially when they talk, so they're great as heels. And we see Liv Morgan coming out with Tegan, and she's normal again. She's normal! That crazy hardcore character arc we've seen, we're invested in for months, has rather abruptly phased out, which I'm not very happy about. Tegan, by the way, fixed up her rainbow hair, which looks really, really great now, and WWE also played this awesome promo package for her. So back to this match, we see Tegan hit her signature moves on Shayna, and Ronda tags in with the blue tongue, teasing Liv Morgan, but in fact, paying full homage to the Riott Squad days. I'm really glad and proud how far Liv Morgan evolved from there. And when both Liv and Shayna were down from Shayna's German suplex, Raquel Rodriguez, who's not yet medically cleared, storms to the ring as officials stop her from getting involved physically. This distracts Ronda and the referee when Tegan sneaks into the ring and hit her shiniest wizard finisher on Shayna, letting Liv Morgan pick up the win. I guess they wanted to keep everyone strong in this match, but ultimately I don't think the booking made anyone look great here. We have Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler, who could be one of the most menacing, powerful duos we've ever seen in WWE. And we also have fan favorite Liv Morgan, who's been evolving since losing the title, and we got returning Tegan Nox. So many goodies to play with, but I'm disappointed that what we've got is this 2K221 of default tag match finish. There were a lot of moving parts to this, but I'm still not sure where the direction is for the SmackDown Women's Championship heading into Rumble. Probably Raquel versus Ronda. And after a tag match between Legado del Fantasma and Viking Raiders, we see BFAB attack Valhalla, then throws her full force into Zelina where she's squashed outside by the announcer table. We really need this triple threat match by like right now. We also saw another Lacey Evans Back to Basics promo, which I'm very, very excited about. Triple H, don't f it up this time. Thank you so much for watching this week's Women's Wrestling Weekly. If you haven't yet, check out the ROH Final Battle and NXT Deadline review that we uploaded yesterday. And if you haven't voted yet, go vote for the Women's Wrestling Fan Awards right now. The whole Ring the Bell family will be back together to announce the winners. And if you want to find me on social media, you can find me at DSShit on Instagram and Ring the Bell DS on Twitter, and I'll see you next time. Bye!